Hey y'all. So last week we missed just because life is lifing, and instead of forcing the content, if you will, I am just gonna flow with it. Okay. This is a topic that I've been wanting to touch on, but let's get into it. So let's have a conversation, shall we? So, this week's topic is an interesting topic, and it's something that I've thought about for a while. This week's topic is going to be growing hands versus good styles. Can the two coexist? I don't know. Can they? So back in the day, I know for a fact that a stylist being able to grow your hair was a big deal. And for that reason, that particular stylist would always stay booked, or her clientele was very consistent just because she had the ability to transform your hair and grow it back. Now in today's hair beauty industry, do you feel that growing hands are a necessity, or is that a thing of the past? And the reason why I'm asking this question is because I see a lot of people with beautiful hairstyles. I mean, like, can lay lace literally like his skin. Like, absolutely beautiful. Top tier styling in every way. Like, if it is a special event in your life, prom, milestone, birthday, wedding, any of those top tier experiences or events, there are people, or there are stylists that off the top of your head, you know that they can recreate the style that you're looking for without any issues, right? But are there stylists that you know without a shadow of a doubt can regrow your hair? And stylists who will tell you no for certain styles because they feel that your hair isn't healthy enough, or they feel that you need to allow your hair a break in between before rendering the service that you want. And is that a turnoff? Is it a turnoff for you to have somebody to say, okay, look, this is what I want. Can we do this? And she says, I don't think that's a good idea. Not right now. Let's wait for about 6 months. Let's get your hair healthier, and then let's revisit it. Is that a turnoff? For me, I have a lot of people who are interested in microlinks, or interested in a leave out sew-in, or things of that nature. And they ask, which is why I do consultations, what do you think? Is this a good fit? Is this a good style for me? And if your hair is not healthy, I will decline the service, because for me, it's a liability issue, right? Because as a client, you just know the image of what you want your hair to look like. But as far as the healthiness and retaining the hair that you have, that's not in your wheelhouse. And that's not a problem, because that's why you come to a professional stylist to get insight on the style and on the maintenance and the aftermath of what this style, could it be damaging, could it not be damaging, is it gonna make your hair grow, all of those things, right? And I personally believe that as a professional stylist, it's your due diligence to educate your clients, because as soon as their hair starts to fall out, or as soon as there's breakage, as soon as there is thinning, as soon as there's a problem, she's not coming back to sit in your chair. Primarily because she trusted you and you didn't do your due diligence. Now, in the same breath, I'm also going to say that there are some clients who are like, I don't care, I want it. So in those cases, you have to choose. Do you care more about retaining that client and counting your coins, or about the integrity of your work and knowing that you did what was the best option for that client in that scenario. And the reason why I'm asking these questions is because after COVID, like, the world was shut down for a good, 3 or 4 months. I know here in Charlotte, the salon was closed for a good 3 months. After COVID, a lot of clients went towards doing their hair themselves and or wearing a lot of custom wigs. Like, I made more wigs in the pandemic than I've made in a long time. And this is why I don't make them anymore. I just don't. It just takes too much time. And my vendor does it a whole lot better. But I see a lot of wig wearing girlies who are now wanting their hair back. They're wanting leave out sew-ins. They're wanting more hair out when they wear their sew-ins. And because you've been wearing this frontal unit, or wearing frontals back to back, or wearing a lot of closures, and specifically frontals. Let me say that. Specifically frontals, the hairline is weak. Like, very, very weak. And in my brain, which is sometimes a scary place, I say, like, when you went to get your third, your fourth, your fifth, your 15th frontal, was there not a conversation that you had with your stylist of like, do you see that? Is that okay? Is that normal? Is that thinning? Is that breakage? And what was her response? And did you at that moment make a conscious decision to continue doing what you were doing with the frontals? Did you think about it, or did you assume that if there was a problem, she would say something? And yeah, the argument can be made that, I'm here to render a service. I'm not here to save anybody, which I get, right? But as you knowing better, do you do something in place of the frontal? Do you offer like, or let's do a bang this time. Let's give your hairline a break. Like, let's do something instead of. Because I cannot tell you guys the number of people, the number of women, and I'm not talking about older women. I'm talking about late 20s, early 30s, mid 30s, people my age who have been wearing frontals repeatedly, and their hairline is shot to hell, or is on its way to hell. And in my brain, I'm like, you didn't see that? Or you didn't see that when she laid that ball cap down every time, that it kept going further and further? Like, and at what point is it the client's responsibility? And at what point is it the stylist's responsibility? Because I want to be clear in saying that this doesn't just fall on the stylist. It's your hair and it's your head. You have a responsibility too. So that's why I wanted to have this conversation with you guys about, good styling versus growing hands. And there is a happy medium. There are people who can do both. I am really good at leave out sew-ins. I'm really good at microlinks. I'm really good at natural hair. I am okay with laying frontals. I am really good at doing wigs. But I know my strengths. Short hair is not for me. That's not what I'm good at, and that's not what I'm going to do. If you come to me for a short style, I'm going to refer you to somebody else that I know who can execute extremely well. But one of the things that I enjoy the most is seeing my clients' hair grow, because there's going to come a day when you're not going to want to wear a wig, a frontal, a closure, bundles, nothing. You're going to want to wear your hair, and you want to see the progress that has been made, right? And if you've been wearing these wigs and these protective styles for such a long time with the hopes that your hair will grow, are you with a stylist who is dedicated to making sure that your hair grows and doing the proper things to ensure that it's growing. Because I just feel like, and that was one of the reasons why I started doing the express head spa, because I don't just want my clients hair to be good. I want their scalp to be good. I want their scalp to be healthy, because if their scalp is healthy, the chances of that follicle being rejuvenated, the chances of that scalp producing healthy hair is a higher possibility than us just coming in. I'm washing your hair with Head and Shoulders or Pantene. Lord Jesus, never in a million years will I use Head and Shoulders, Pantene, Cream of Nature in my client's hair. I won't even use it on my hair. Let me be clear about that. And using these dollar store, Dollar Tree, alcohol and water concentrated products on somebody's hair, but yet they're paying $600 for a wig. That don't make no sense. Like, that is no different than buying a Maybach Benz and putting regular gas in it. It's not going to work. You invest in your hair, you invest in your body, you do the things that need to be done to ensure the longevity of it. And at the end of the day, we're not getting a new head that's going to grow new hair. So it's important that you take care of the hair that you have and trying to keep it as long as you can. So I ask, is your hair, your natural hair, and I'm saying this with 4.5 bundles in mind right now, is your hair, your natural hair, as important to you as those bundles, that closure, and the frontal? Maybe it's time for you to have a conversation with your hairstylist, with your hairline, and yourself.